Welcome to Kalos's Gaming Table. I'm Kalos. While the universe of Battletech is usually all about those colossal war machines, the battle mechs, those mechs still need a taxi to get them from one battlefield to the next. The Union-class dropship is one of the more common transports, being able to ferry a full company, namely 12 battle mechs, to and from a battlefield, but sometimes a company just isn't enough. Sometimes you need to throw a full battalion, or 36 mechs, at a problem to make it go away. Sure, you can load up 3 different Union dropships, but if you have the C-bills, as most of the successor states have, you can go with an Overlord class dropship. The Overlord class dropship has been in production since 2762 and is a mainstay of most large governments, not to mention wealthy and successful mercenary commands. The Overlord dropship masses at 97,000 tons and can carry a full battalion, or 3 companies, namely 36 mechs, not to mention 6 aerospace fighters. Along with all of that heavy metal, it can also haul 132 tons of cargo, plus all the personnel needed to run a full battalion of mechs. The Overlord has a crew of 43 to keep it running. The Overlord also isn't toothless. If someone decides to try and attack it, they might regret it. The Overlord dropship is armed with 6 PPCs, 2 AC-20s, 6 AC-5s, 12 medium lasers, 3 LRM-20s, and 6 large lasers. Granted, these are not all in the same facing, but it does mean that you'll be running into a gauntlet if you decide to assault an Overlord dropship. With a width and a length of 99 meters, and a height of 131.2 meters, the Overlord dropship is impossible to miss when it's planet-side. All of this brings us to the Overlord class Map Scale Dropship, produced by Catalyst Game Labs. The Overlord class Map Scale Dropship retails for $60 US. The box comes with one Overlord class Map Scale Dropship. You can pick up the Overlord class Map Scale Dropship at your friendly local game store and many other online retailers. Now, it is a map scale model, meaning it is a big model, but it is not to scale with regular mechs. It will stand out on a classic Battletech table, but a full mech scale Overlord dropship would take up half or more of your normal battlefield, and that thing would be a pain to print, assemble, and paint. Now, don't get me wrong, I would totally go for a mech scale version if I had the real estate to store it, not to mention a case to transport it, but I don't, so I'm not going to worry about it. I was not provided this model for review. This will be my unbiased and honest review. Now, let's get to the unboxing. Here we have the Overlord class Map Scale Dropship. Let's take a look at the back. This is primarily going to be used for classic Battletech, as opposed to Alpha Strike. It is map scale, and if it's Alpha Strike, it would be mech scale. And that would probably take up a full quarter of your map, if not more. Let's go ahead and open up this guy. Let's take a look at the art inside of the box. Here we have a bunch of warships in space. That is pretty impressive. Alright, here is the Overlord class dropship. This thing is massive. All kinds of little panel lines, weapon ports, loading bays. I think those are windows. This thing is huge. You can see it in my hands. It's just massive. We have the bottom. And I don't remember this from the Union, but it looks like these are not filled in. Not sure if that's normal or not, but it's not like anyone's really going to notice, because most of the time they're going to see it like this, so looking at it overhead. And then the landing stretch will have to be glued in right here. Sit on the tabletop looking like that. Just a massive beast of a unit. This thing is impressive, and I can't wait to paint it up and show it off. aerospace docking bay or something like that. That is the Overlord class Map Scale Dropship. If you're finding this unboxing video informative, please give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell, and leave me some comments below. This helps get my channel out in front of new viewers. I also have a lot of other videos for you to check out. If you'd like to follow me on social media, head on over to Bluesky. I share pictures of painting projects, news about the channel, and silly memes. If you'd like to more substantially support the channel, you can also buy me a coffee as well. Link in the notes below. I appreciate you sticking with me this far, and now, back to the video. So, after all of that, should you pick up the Overlord class Map Scale Dropship? Well, it depends. The model is beautifully sculpted with lots of details, nooks and crannies to paint, and it will stand out on the tabletop. It will look amazing in your collection, arrayed with other mechs around it, and you can certainly show it off. Having said that, you do have to ask yourself, is this a model that you plan to use on a regular or even a semi-regular basis? Because let's be honest, rarely does a dropship come into play in most battles. Do you host games at your home, or do you plan to transport the dropship with you? It is big, and it can fit in a lot of cases, but that is still a lot of real estate for a single model, and you could use it to transport other units. Are you a collector or a hobbyist who just wants something big to paint and have as the centerpiece for your collection? Then the Overlord is a must-have. It will dominate everything around it, standing taller and more massive than any assault mech. If some or most of the criteria that I mentioned above are not you, then you could probably take that $60 and put it towards more mechs, something that you will use a lot more of. It's a well-detailed model, and I can't wait to paint it up, but if it gets used once or twice a year, I will be impressed. But for me, I'd rather get a new box set, or a couple of lances, or even a new rulebook, as I'd probably get more use out of those than I would for the model itself. As with all things, this is all dependent upon what you're looking for. The Overlord Map Scale Dropship is a great looking model that will help showcase Battletech on any table or collection. While it might not get used on a regular basis, it will stand out on the battlefield. It draws the eye to it, and on a map, it will look impressive, whether you are defending it or trying to assault it. It's a lovely model, but it's not for everyone. Do you have the Overlord class Map Scale Dropship? How often do you use it? Is it something that gets regular table play, or does it just sit in your collection? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll catch you in the next video.